Especially let me know that my sound effects are coming in. All fight start at round one. Wow, I'm kind of on point today. Wow, I'm kind of on point today. Why is it still low? Okay, that better. What up, Bryce? How you doing? In the building. All right, did you hear that sound effect loud and clear? And the bell sound? Or do I gotta turn up the sound effects? Let me know. What's up, Frontline? How you doing? In the building. Salute. We're gonna get this episode on and popping. We got a lot to talk about. This fight right here, you see it. Saul Canelo Alvarez and Berlanga. We got our little fighting Puerto Rican cat here. You know, he's undefeated. You see the belts. Recognize the belts on the cat. We champions around here. All right. That's how we do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hey, hey. If you're just tuning in, thank you for tuning in here at another edition here, Round One Sports Talk, episode one of the coverage of Berlanga and Saul Canelo Alvarez. We're days out from the one of the biggest fights, one of the biggest rivalries, Mexican, Puerto Rican. It is what it is. We're here now. So, uh, we're gonna break down this fight. We're gonna talk about it. And I was just on and I was watching uh some of the episodes that the PBC has been putting out. Some other I think it was former world champion Ward. He did a little documentary there on Berlanga. I went and I checked that out. Been watching a lot of things about Berlanga, but I've been noticing that they have not really been releasing any of his footage like training. Like they'll show Saul Canelo Alvarez sweating, coming off like, out of from underneath the ropes or like jumping a rope or, like one like jab, like, to the back. But even when they like try to show Berlanga up in the Catskills up there, he didn't have a drop of sweat on him. He was like shuffling his feet and I didn't really get to see him, like really working out. So I'm just thinking that it's a lot of hush hush with Berlanga's team. They don't want to give anything away. In this sport of boxing, any advantage that you can get, you're gonna want to keep it. So currently, he's just talking the talk right now, and he's not really giving up too much. Saul Canelo Alvarez, this is just another day in the office for him. And you know, let's talk about this fight and any other fights on this card, including Caleb Plant and what the odds are out in Vegas for this fight as well. Um, I went and I checked out the odds just before we're gonna cover all these fights. And the biggest favorites on this card is Saul Canelo Alvarez and Caleb Plant, which ironically, right, like kind of like thinking about it, right? They both got the same odds. Caleb Plant and Saul. I think they're like minus 1600 both still right now. I'm not sure if that's changed at all. I just my man actually was talking about it on his show, and I actually went and checked it out. So I don't think that the odds have changed much. Of now, they will change as we get closer to fight night. Yes, they will. It always changes. As you approach fight night, the odds change. And now the way bets are played, where that you can even bet on individual rounds. So the odds can actually change mid-fight. The Vegas thought that this guy was going to win by the sixth round. Vegas odds changed. They think he's going to win now. It's happened, right? All right. So coming into this fight right here, um, the one thing that's not being said or questioned anyway is Berlanga's power. A lot of people want to say that Berlanga doesn't have the skills, but they stop right there. But you got to admit, Berlanga does have power. I went back and I watched some of those bombs he dropped on some of these guys. And yes, indeed, some of them were like straight punches. Guy had his guard up. He went right through the guard. Powerful kid, Berlanga. And he was showing, back then, you know, real technical flares for a young man so early in his career. Fast forward things present day right now, I don't think that much of us can agree, can say that we've seen major leaps and bounds or big progress in young Edgar Berlanga's career. Throughout your career, you're gonna probably come against some pitfalls in life, and Berlanga had to learn how to deal with money and everything else, success, fame, friends, new girlfriends perhaps. There's a lot of things. When your life gets better, everything around you gets better sometimes. You got to know how to manage it. And no matter where you go in life, always bring yourself, no matter what. You can have more money today than you did yesterday. As soon as you walk through that room, I'll tell you who you are. And see, you have to have a level of dedication to your craft that really, like, this shouldn't be uh pinnacle, or when you look back at your career, you got the Saul Canelo Alvarez fight. That's not, it shouldn't be a monument in your head. It shouldn't be, oh, you guys are jealous because I got the fight. No, that's so far behind, should be behind in Edgar Berlanga's thought pattern. But his thought pattern should be win. Plan A, win this fight. Plan B, I think that Edgar Berlanga really, um, you know, he put himself in an interesting situation. No matter how he got here, we have to take him in as a real threat against Saul Canelo Alvarez. He's young, he's powerful, and when a young man doesn't know how to lose yet, um, and Saul does, can that play a factor? Maybe his performances weren't up to the best, but he still doesn't know how to lose, and that's important. Saul Canelo Alvarez, though, in this fight, he definitely has the experience. He definitely has pedigree. He definitely has great opponents that all have tried to give the elusive Saul Canelo Alvarez a bad night at the office. And for as stiff as Canelo can be at times in the ring, he's really hard to hit sometimes. When he has a beat on what you're doing, he slips your punches very well, very well. He had Caleb Plant missing big. Mongia was missing at times real big. They Saul is really good on understanding fighters' movements. And if Edgar Berlanga does the same old, same step combination, doesn't understand when to cheat to switch it up, and he doesn't understand that Saul has a beat on him. He doesn't see it coming, and that's probably what's going to knock him out. A punch, typically, he's not going to see coming, and Saul is really good when it comes to his pressure attack, but also he's very accurate. I don't think he gets a lot of. Well, he did at one point in time. He did. I've heard a lot of people give him and shower him with praises about his accuracy and his selection of punches, when and where to throw them. Saul is really good at that. He's learned throughout the course of his career not to burn unnecessary energy, to cut the fat off his fighting style, and it's more direct approach. It's a winning boxing style. That's what Saul Canelo Alvarez has pretty much, throughout his career, he formed this style of boxing that is it's a winning combination. It might not always be you know, fan pleasing. And if the guy doesn't really give him that, you have an opportunity to lose, but not get knocked out. See, Saul is gonna give you enough, but the one things he's not gonna do is overextend too much on his punches. He learned that valuable lesson when Floyd Mayweather taught him that lesson on that night. A young 23-year-old Saul Canelo Alvarez. He learned not to overextend in his punches and to reap, to be more patient and kind of like pepper his opponent in front of him to get them frustrated for them to counter or overextend, give them a little bit of false confidence, and Saul Canelo Alvarez would work in between the shots and his body shots. His body shots is what really cripples some of his opponents. It slows them down. You see their guard starting to drop, they've lost a step in the round. He's really like battered their body brutally. He has some of the most when you hear him hit the bag, it sounds like a shotgun. Bang! Like Saul, you know, Eg, Edgar Berlanga can't be there when these shots are coming. Like there was a point in time when I was fighting, right? That thing or another, I wanted to feel the other guy's punch. I allowed him to hit me, you know, and it became a thing. Kind of became a thing. Like I knew that the punch was coming, and I was telling myself, "Move, move." And there's another half of me that was like, "Nah, don't move." And it wanted to see what he had. And when he hit me, and it wasn't so bad, I was like, "Okay." And it actually would wake me up. Now I'm like, oh, okay, I want to get that back. You know, um, uh, sometimes I anticipated a punch. I was like, I'm gonna let this guy hit me to see what he got, right? And sometime I got hit without wanting to get hit. How? I was like, wait a minute, I wasn't ready. Yo, yo, I didn't give you that. Oh, wait a minute, he took that. He a little bit faster than I thought. Then you know what I mean? So there's different situations in the fight, but Edgar Berlanga can't be there for this fight. Like you're gonna want to feel out Saul, and I know there's gonna be a point in time in the fight where Edgar is gonna stand his ground, and he's gonna be like, "Let me see what you got," and he's gonna, take a punch or two from Saul just to feel that. Um, just don't take the wrong one, and don't take too many of those. You can never know how strong the that you're gonna be fighting against, how strong he is, until the night you're in the ring with them. To the night you're in the ring with them, that you guys are in clinches, you're feeling his shots off your forearms or off your face or your body, that you realize how strong, in fact, that person is. through the course of the rounds, you could feel that person break too. You could feel when you hit him, you could hear it when he goes, ugh, you could hear the hurt. He's tr- he's trying to hide it. And sometimes guys got good poker faces. The guy in the ring, you can hear it, you can see it. Much more like some better than somebody that's just sitting in the front row watching the fight. They can't even be that close to the action. But you are, 'cause you're in the ring with them. So these are the things that you're gonna find out about the man that's competing against you, how strong they are, what they got to give. And that's something I don't have a measuring stick for. I don't have a measuring stick for that. I don't know how Edgar's gonna, for all I know, he might be so much bigger than Saul that it looks like Demetrius Bivol and Saul fighting again. And Edgar Berlanga shocks the world and legitimately can stay on the outside and outbox Saul Canelo Alvarez. And all of a sudden, Alvarez ain't coming in with that choom, choom, choom. And he's stepping back, bah, 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 bah. And Alvarez is feeling these punches. He's able to maintain that for 36 minutes. We could have and the new. Yes, we can. Come on, fight fans. Let's 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 get those likes. Come on. Let me hear what you guys got to say over here. Online, Berlanga is looking ready from what I see posted so far. If Edgar makes a mistake, it'll be in the later rounds. I still got my guy winning. Puerto Rico. Yeah. Look, that's we're on the same page online. Like I think that if he is gonna make a mistake, it's gonna be because his cardio doesn't hold up. Doesn't hold up quite well as a seasoned vet as Saul Canelo Alvarez. How much 12 round experience does Edgar Berlanga have? I'll wait. Yeah. Frightening, isn't it? When you go find out. He ain't got none. How many title fights, world championship experience does he have? None. Zero. Against Saul Canelo Alvarez? Are you kidding me? He's a three-division world champion. Edgar Berlanga doesn't have one division. But in life, guys, right? In life, I've been in this situation in life where that I was fighting somebody much more experienced, you know, like the three-time Golden Glove champion and Ben Ortiz from Springfield. They were hyping that kid up so much in the locker room, and I was so much the underdog on that night, right? That the kids were laughing in the other locker room because allegedly I was going out there to get killed. Like this kid was on a run. He's won the tournament 3 years in a row. Uh, you know, ba 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 ba, whatever, right? Long story short, I knocked him out 35 seconds into the third round. I dropped him 3 times in the fight. In the first round, he hit me with that shot that I talk about. He hit me out. He kind of woke me up. It came out on the front page in the news, you know. Um, it was great. It was great. I won the Golden Gloves, and everybody the day in that locker room, they were saying I was so outclassed. I didn't have experience on my side. It was my first tournament. Um, I was nervous. I was scared. Um, I remember we was our boxing team was so poor from the inner city, right, that we didn't even have matching uniforms. We would literally have to take off our shirt and give it to the next guy so that he can go out and compete. All these guys, they had their matching uniforms. They had their names on their back. The boys club they were representing or wherever they were from. I had some heavyweight skirt on with tape in the back. They taped it up and wrapped it around the bottom. Our team, we was inner city, we was poor. And at that moment I realized that I didn't care about his experience. I didn't care about nothing. I just wanted to show y'all I wasn't bullshitting. I said, give me that. That was a good day for me. They was pissed. Them Springfield Holyoke kids wanted to jump us after have my trophy in my hand. They my man's from like Worcester Ionic team. They was like, stop showing him the trophy, and his mom's in attendance. After I beat him, I sat in the first row with the trophy. I was excited. They all thought I was gonna lose. They all thought I was gonna get my ass whooped, and I was like, really? I was so mad that everyone doubted me, bro. That, but it was a crazy, eerie feeling that night. I can remember. I was so calm. I wasn't mad. I wasn't like crazy, like nah, nah, not at all. I was so calm that I could actually see his punches coming, and I knew what I was gonna do before I was gonna do it. My coach kept telling me in the corner, if you fall like this in the gym, what do you? He was like, keep doing what you're doing. My coach, he couldn't believe it neither. He was like, keep doing what you're doing. It was crazy. It was crazy. I was a better fighter on the day of fight night than I was training. That like I noticed a lot of guys were really good in training and sparring, and on fight night they would be shit. I didn't understand it. I was like, yo, he's so good in the gym, like nobody can beat him. And he goes in there and he gets wiped down by a cab driver. Like, I've seen that so many times. Like dudes can't. And me, I was backwards. Like I would train hard and strong, but I wouldn't try to hurt always the opponent in front of me. Like I would train, but I would be like working on one thing. And I was young. I didn't really know how to train like a pro. I was an amateur. I was just trying to get out of 3 rounds, basically. So I would train to the best of my ability. But when it came down to fighting and it was real and you were actually trying to punch me in the face, no, all bets are off. The skills came out. Oh hell no. I was you know, I don't know. That's I've been like that my entire life. I know guys like me, you know, you don't think much of them in the gym, or the other sparring partner gets the better of you, and he's like, man, I was in the gym, I was getting the better of Edwin. Bob, okay, cool. Fight night, track. I was trying to tell you, like, I wasn't going 100%, so that right there in itself, I've seen where Berlanga can be so far outmatched on paper. I can see it. The truth is, we're human. We're all human. And the truth is, Saul Canelo Alvarez is a highly talented, well rounded fighter as a human. Canelo Alvarez. You can't not acknowledge that by pushing off we're all human type shit. No, yeah, we're all human. We're not the same. That's a trained killer right there. Right? Okay. But this is what you do. It's not like I'm taking Edgar Berlanga off of his couch and putting him in the ring without. No, this is what he does. This is the life he chose. This is the path he walks as a warrior, Edgar Berlanga. And if this is the path and this is the life you chose, then this is your moment. Yeah, he might have you outskilled. It don't matter. Yo, listen. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. I'm gonna tell you, man. Listen, I've been in some pretty big situations, And there was times I doubted myself, or I wasn't as confident in some fights, or I didn't do the right move in this fight, or this fight didn't play out like that. So what? So what? So what? I used to tell my friend, my best friend, all the time. He used to be like, "Owen, how many fights you think you lost?" Right? And I was like, "Bro, I got too many wins to think about a loss. What you talking about? We keep it pushing, baby." Like, right? I really don't know how many losses I have, or if I ever lost. And I don't think in the ring I got my ass creamed in training. Like, yeah, like sparring and yeah, I got rocked. Um, Shit like that. Yeah. I entered this one tournament that I wasn't supposed to fight in. I fought in jeans. I had jeans on. I lost. I lost that time. But I had jeans on. I wasn't training. I wasn't doing, you know what I mean? I legitimately wasn't supposed to fight that night. They didn't have a kid. I stepped in like on 10 minutes notice. Took the fight in 10 minutes notice. I lost the fight. Yeah. Like we were kids. I was like what, 10 or something? 10 years old? Yeah, you know? But like that. But yeah, man. I just think that Edgar's a professional athlete. He might not be what we believe on the level when it comes to skill, but never underestimate the will and the desire of someone that wants to win. Never underestimate someone's heart. You know, I believe that you know, if you can keep that alive, that belief, and do not let doubt creep in at no point in the fight. If Edgar Berlanga can keep his mental game together during the fight, if his physical is holding up in the fight, what he has to keep is his mental game together to believe that he can win this fight. Even when the night is going wrong, say he's in the eighth round, he's battered, he's tired. You're gonna have to learn and teach yourself that you can rest tomorrow. You're not tired in your head. You still got it together. Don't try to like create this moment in your head, if I can only land this punch. You don't want to be there in the fight. What you want to do is put your punches together so that that punch, it can create itself. That punch will be there, but just let it naturally happen. Don't think I gotta land it. I gotta land it. I gotta hit him with it. If I can only hit him with this, you know, in your head, you're so mad, and if I just touch you with this, but that may never occur. You you're focused on the wrong thing. So if Berlanga can keep his mental and understand, okay, what am I doing wrong? How is the fight going? What do I need to do? What can I do better? Every round, even if you're losing the round, get up and embrace it. Embrace the moment. Yes, give me more. Give me more. I could be losing every round going into the 10th round. Face like this, getting up, spitting out blood. Let's go. You good? Because I'm good. As long as the fight is still going on, you still have a chance. They may be moments like this for him. What if he walks in and makes it look easy? Shots everyone. First round type shit. Knockout. Highly unlikely, but have we seen it happen before? Yes. Can it happen? Yes. Will it happen? I'm not Notre Dame. Or am I? Okay? You like that one. Okay? So, fight fans, Saturday, the 14th. Yeah. Saturday, 14th. Yeah. Take it easy. What's up? Josh, what's up? Joseph, do me a favor and hit them likes button, people. Come on. So now let's let's take a look at fighters' fighting style, right? Edgar Berlanga lines up for the type of fighter that Saul Canelo Alvarez typically has a high success rate for knocking out. His his style caters to Saul Canelo Alvarez's style. Yes, it does. The problem with the way that Berlanga fights is that um most of the men that I went back and looked on Saul Canelo Alvarez's highlight reel knockout m- had that same like you know. So this is nothing new. Berlanga is not going to bring anything to the equation that Saul hasn't seen. The one thing that we did see though is how Demetrius Bivol outboxed him. What exactly did he use to outbox him? What did Floyd do and Demetrius Bivol that no other fighters were doing to Saul Canelo Alvarez? One thing, Demetrius Bivol wasn't afraid of him. That was number one. He wasn't afraid of him. A lot of the guys that entered the ring with Saul Canelo Alvarez, typically he has half the fight won already before he got in the ring. These guys might not, they might say they're not scared of him, this, that, and the third, and it looks great, looks great. When they're finally in front of the ring and they see all those belts and the Mexican people and the national anthem and all that shit hits them, they realize who they fighting. And the moment can become a little surreal for them. Yes, it can. They go in there respecting him a little way too much. Yeah. John Ryder didn't want to show him respect and he actually brought the fight to him. Like, I really thought that Ryder did a great job. Triple G was not impressed by Saul Canelo Alvarez. Fighters like that. Caleb Plant was scared of him. Yes, he was. Caleb Plant, you might think in the persona that he pitched out, like, oh, I'm not scared of you, this, that, and everything, and just that is no. Caleb Plant was apologizing while the ass whooping was going on. Am I lying? Remember what was going on, bro. He was telling, yo, I don't mean that about your mom, blah, blah, blah. He was, bro. He's apologizing. They don't hit me harder. These men, they can claim they're not scared of Saul. They can say all they want. They can, man, listen. I've been around enough tough guys in my life. I know when you're fronting. All right, you can see it in your eyes. Oh, you're not about that. You're really not. And that's the one thing you can't be. Can't let the moment, Saul, the name, the belts, everything. You know, it's you can't let no form of doubt on fight night creep in and give you doubt and say, wait a minute, do I belong here all of a sudden? You're right there. You're about to take off your, you know, and you look across and there he is and the national anthem and the people are yelling and blah blah and you're like, holy shit, I'm not in Kansas anymore, right? No. In actuality, him, the crowd, the girls screaming, all of it is fake. None of that matters. None of that's gonna help me right now. None of that's gonna help you. I'm thinking of this situation like you're locked in here with me. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. And may your fans sing in their praise and all the glory. That's not how I'm looking at you. You are here to assist me on whooping your ass. The one thing that's going to happen tonight is I'm going to whoop your ass. That's my mentality. Whether or not I win the fight or not, I will not allow doubt to start to settle in or worry. Only strategy. I will recognize situations. I won't be dumb where that I'm hurt and I'm like trying to ignore that because of the fact, no, okay, I'm hurt to this side, but what can I do about it? How can I fight? How much time do you think I need to buy to take a breath? Acknowledge that I don't want to go too far and leave myself vulnerable, right? I don't care about how the crowd is reacting to my punches. I'm just worried, the thing I worry about is landing my punches. I don't have to land the strongest, hardest punch. I just got to land enough of them. Keep battering him, keep breaking him down. And if there's ever a moment in the fight where he goes down, don't let the fight out of you. In your head, encourage him to get up. Encourage him. Don't be scared to win. Don't pray that he stays down. No, that's not where your mindset should be. Stay down, please, stay down. No, get up. Get up. Your energy that you want him to get up, he'll feel that. And he's like, he ain't bullshit. He'll stay down. He'll feel your energy in the ring. And if he feels that you're praying, like, no, stay down, you're going to will him to get up. It's a funny situation. Trust me. That's how it works. You don't hope he stays down. Nah, nah, not a real fighter. A real fighter hopes you get up. I want to continue to fight. The fight is over here. Come on. I'm not worried about getting caught because I'm doing the right things. Doubt is not slipping in my mind. Did I just let him get up, and now he's gonna knock me out? Mm. You think like that, you're gonna get knocked out. I've seen guys knock dudes down, let them they get back up, they get knocked out. I guarantee you, if you was to ever ask that person, yo, did you think that? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He was praying that man stood down. He was also gassed himself, trying to put, you know what I'm saying, and end up getting knocked out. But if you're doing everything right, I got a beat on you and I'm winning and I dropped you, please get up. Please get up. I'm gonna show you that when how I put you down was no fluke. I'm making reads. I know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing. You're gonna have in a few seconds. You're gonna be trying to survive. Watch. Soon as this referee get out of my way, I'm gonna show you better than I could tell you. That's my mindset. And and Berlanga has to have this kind of mindset. He must adapt the type of mindset mentally that he's not here to lose. And I believe you're gonna need that because if you can adapt that mind, it's all good when you're winning. But if you can adapt that kind of mindset when you're losing, you can still rebound and you might be losing in the fight and you can come back and win the fight. There are true warriors in the sports of any combat sports that I have witnessed completely losing the fight, completely losing the fight, getting wiped down. Leon Edwards versus Usman in the UFC. He lost all 4 rounds in a row. He didn't win anything. And his will inside to win, he spun around, did some head kick, knocked homeboy clean out, kick heard around the world. Never gave up on himself, losing the entire fight. Am I lying? Am I lying? Getting wiped down. My man was like, there's something you can't, things you can't measure. I didn't know what his heart, his will to win. He was on full display, bro. Homeboy was like, nah, I'm not losing. Bang! Out. And the new, I've seen it. I've seen it happen. You can't let doubt creep in. You got to find the way to win. You got to stay focused, stay to the core. Even if you're losing, you can pull that up. He's thinking he's winning so much, man, that he laggy gagged in a brief window in a moment and got caught. And got caught. That's how shit is, man. So that's what I speak of. That is exactly what I speak of. That Edgar Berlanga could be losing going into the 10th round. He could be yo. Just don't count him right into that last 36 minute and the final bell went, then it's over. Then it's over. He lost. Had he not pulled out the victory or did what he needed to, when that final bell rings, if he didn't do what he needed, he lost. He would lose. But until that final bell, or he gets stopped in the fight, I'm not going to count him out. If he believes in himself, if I can physically see it, I'm looking at the fight, I'm watching Edgar Berlanga, and I know what I'm looking for. And I see that Saul beat the fight out of him. That's not going to happen. It's not, that, that, that determination that I'm talking about, it's not going to happen. Edgar's just not. He conceded in the fight. He beat the fight out of him. I don't think Edgar would land no punch that would drop Saul, and I think Saul would then walk off with the victory. Those are some things I would have to see. What transpires in the ring on that night. What version of Edgar Berlanga are we truly getting? Are we gonna get a front runner? Edgar looks great for 5 rounds, 6 rounds. It look. Oh, we're starting to think. We're like, we got to the point where that we're in our living rooms, right? We're like, oh shit, Edgar might do this, and then all of a sudden we're in the 10th round and we're starting to say, well, when was the last time Edgar won a round? Yo, what the yo, do the math. Yo, add 1, 2, plus 1, carry the yo. And you start noticing that Saul basically let him throw all his shit. He was a front runner, and then which is a big one of the biggest outcomes that I'm hearing in certain circles. That's typically what I'm not saying everybody in the world, but from what I talk to my people, different circles, I go on different platforms, and that's what it is. They're saying that Saul Canelo Alvarez is a better second half fighter and that Edgar Berlanga doesn't have championship experience and it's going to show up in this fight. He's going to drag him out to deep water and then Saul's going to finish him. In fact, Saul Canelo Alvarez made a prediction of the fight. He says he thinks it's going to happen somewhere between the 8th round, that the fight's not going to go on too long. So that's the prediction from Saul. That's his prediction. That Saul thinks that he's going to finish Edgar Berlanga before 8 rounds. That's what he's saying. Now, boxers can say anything. Saul said he was going to knock out his last 3 fighters. He didn't do so. So, did knock all of them out. Caleb Plant is he qualifying in the third? In it? No, right? No, Saul's already fought 3 fights since Caleb. Yeah. I got something in my eye right here. Yo, what's up, Lionheart? How you doing? And Eddie, what's up, buddy? How you doing? What you got to say here? Berlanga has, but that's true. He has to be able to go the distance. Yeah, he would have to fight him like Bibble. You know, little tall, Don't overextend on your punches. Believe in your shots, in and out, in and out. When Saul comes in with that forward aggression, pepper him. Give him a three-piece, four-piece, somewhere around there, with a biscuit, maybe a small fry and a drink, and serve it up right away, right to his face, and keep him at bay. Um, the thing that Demetrius Bivol did so well was he stood tall with him, with Saul, and he didn't allow Saul to come through the front door. He controlled the pace of the fight, Bivol, and Saul is fighting off the back foot. When he had Saul up against the rope, his distance management in the fight was great. He didn't lean into the punch. And then by leaning in so it would cause Saul to be or you to clinch. Because now your momentum is carrying you. Bivol was really good in his positioning. He was standing in front of him, but he was working like this, where that he was working with his shoulders, like here, right in here. He wasn't extending like this or throwing big shots. He was keeping Saul in front of him. What Saul likes most is when guys overextend and Saul hits him with that shot on the inside like this, where he drops it like a hammer. He's gonna catch you flush and it's night night. Bivol was real patient. He was real disciplined and well trained against Saul Canelo Alvarez. He understood his game plan and he stuck to it. Yeah, he didn't change the course. At times, he even wobbled Saul and his foot kind of went like backwards. Remember when Saul went to the back of the rope? Bivol didn't allow the screaming of the fans, the reaction of his punches to dictate what he did next. Bivol was real disciplined in his fight plan. He was well prepared, because a lesser, younger fighter will react to the crowd and kind of allow himself to get bait. The guy that's hurt is also hearing the crowd and he hears and he's seeing your movement. He's gonna time you. He's gonna time you're gonna walk into something. The young fighter, a fighter with less championship experience, is gonna walk into a punch when he was having a good moment or even a great moment in the round that can cause that. Bivol, he didn't react to that. Bivol stood calm, poised, and he was still working. He was doing good work. He just kept doing what he was doing. No matter how the situation, the moment was playing out, his face expression never changed, Bivol's, and it was just solid work. He didn't lose focus. He beat him. He just beat him. He outboxed, outmaneuvered, outthought everything. The smaller fighter in Saul Canelo Alvarez. Saul Canelo Alvarez, when smaller guys typically move up to another weight division, they have to have something to offer. You know, Floyd was much smaller than Saul, but he had cat-like reflexes, evading ability, speed that was out of this world, and an understand ring IQ above all. His understanding of what you were going to do before you did it, that's a great boxing ring IQ. That's what legends are made of, right? So when you bring something more to the table, like Terrence Crawford or Naoya Inoue, right? Uh, skills can pay the bills. Saul Canelo Alvarez was maxed out. He was maxed out. 175, he didn't really belong there. I understand he caught that victory up there at 175. Yeah, one victory, and he got one loss. How about that? So, but Demetrius Bivol actually outboxed him, outfought him. There was a lot more in that ring on that night that was going on than just a small guy and a big guy fighting. Oh yeah. Um, you know, um, he was just he was a better boxer than Saul, Demetrius Bivol. He definitely was. So, do I believe that Edgar Berlanga is going to turn into Demetrius Bivol in one training camp? Hmm. I would love to see that. I would have to see that. I would have to see that. What coach can teach him such patience in 4 months to understand uh, what to do in some boxing situations, to have the kind of confidence to execute that fight plan? I mean, there was moments in the Demetrius Bivol fight with Saul Canelo Alvarez that Saul Canelo Alvarez was having success. It was real small moments, real small ones, right? But he did, he did, he had, and the reason why I say that is because you wouldn't know that because Demetrius Bivol shut it down. When he would have his success, it wasn't like Demetrius Bivol fell into line with his success in the fight, where that Demetrius Bivol was like, okay, oh, here he comes. And he started to become more cautious or to wait. And he was just watching Saul Canelo Alvarez. No, there was never a point for Demetrius when that happened. Demetrius Bivol, Saul Canelo Alvarez had a little bit of moment, and he sat right back in front of him, reset, and started going right back to work like nothing happened. That was his mindset. There's a difference. Some guy gets hit, boom, boom, boom. Oh, there he is. Now he's like, okay, now watching him, waiting for him to throw more punches to see if you go through. Now you conceded in the fact that, okay, you're in a fight. No, Demetrius Bivol didn't concede that. And Saul would have some moments, pa 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 pa, and he was like, "Yeah, you're still here for me to assist me on whooping your ass. Now get back in line. Let's get back to work. Back to your regularly scheduled program with my jab in your face." Ah, that's what it was, bro. So Demetrius, yeah, man. Yo, Eddie, yo, you ain't right, bro. You gotta throw the snack, you know what I'm saying? Little packs out in there. What you insinuating? You know what I mean? He gonna be literally green the night of the fight. I ain't on nothing. What? Pass my urine test. Ooh, yo, come on, let's not start that now. Let's not start that. Yo, that's crazy. You hope Berlanga sticks to his game plan? Absolutely, I hope he sticks to his game plan. You know, when things are going right and smoothly, and he has time to think in the fight. What Saul knows what to do is to pressure you to a point where that you forget what your game plan, what you were in there to do. You forget about it. He's got you in all kinds of trouble. You know, you're worried, you're going back, you're constantly reacting to all his feints now. He's got you, man. He's got you. You got to find a way not to get yourself there. You don't want to be there in the fight in your head, one step behind Saul all night. You find yourself just not, nothing's working. If your skills are not catching up to him, turn it into a brawl. Turn it into bulldozer him. Yeah, I mean, you're not. What? How many rounds are gonna go by before you realize what you're doing is not working as a fighter? You understand what I'm saying? So, like, when do you decide that? You know, you got your coach with you, your corner. You know, I hope they're telling you the truth. Whatever scenario, there's 1,000 million scenarios that can play out in this fight. You know, I'm not telling you that I can guess the exact scenario. You know, there's no way I wouldn't be here. I'd be on in Vegas somewhere. I'd I'd, I'd be like the god, right, of fight calling if I could do that, right? So, my guess is as good as yours. But sitting here thinking of all the outcomes and the possibilities of what we have now, I can only break down these two fighters for who they are. Saul Canelo Alvarez for who he is. We know who he is, and he's established. So I'm like, damn, right? That's woof. Mesogo got a real one right there, right? And then I'm here with Edgar Berlanga, and I'm like, damn, homeboy, you need a lot of work. Like you know what I'm saying? But I won't underestimate you, Edgar Berlanga. I know what that's like, and I talked about it. I know what it's like to, the world or everyone doubts you. And you you just been waiting your whole life to prove to the world that if you got an opportunity like this, you weren't gonna let it pass you by. I hope that's exactly where you're at. And I hope that that's the kind of fighter we get out of you. Win, loss, or draw, as long as that kind of performance, that kind of fighter comes out of you. And listen, you can lose. I can still tell if you came in on fight night to win. I can still no. If you lose, it doesn't mean that you didn't give it your all. It's going to be apparent. You're going to be able to see it. Not unless he catches him cold in 30 seconds and we never get to see some of the fight unwind. I mean, we've seen that in a fight. Ooh, bam, ooh. I don't even want to bring up that Puerto Rican kid in New York. We're not going to bring that up. All right. So that was ridiculous. I'm not even bringing it up. Anyway, so Berlanga, as long as he gives a good account of himself, I believe, and most importantly, win the fight. He pulls this upset off. I'm definitely going on the next day. Yo, listen, Puerto Rico's gonna be in the. It's crazy, right? Because Edgar Berlanga, right, really in that situation, right? That the people are like on like the borderline. They like you lose, I like it's fucked up. They like, right? But all the Puerto Rican dudes that doubted him, that wasn't rocking with him, that was like, oh hell no, he's getting knocked out, right? He F around and win this fight. They gonna be one of the first ones out there with the flags, talking shit, popping shit like a Nazi, like right, like crazy, right? Because you you know that's gonna be a big moment, but even bigger is gonna be part two. Because there's no doubt in my mind, absolutely no doubt in my mind that Saul Canelo Alvarez is putting up a rematch clause in this fight. No doubt in my mind. Like, yeah. So, yeah, man, he does have that to win. He does. He has good athletic ability. He has, you know, I'm not gonna say he's the most skilled or talented in the world, but he can box. Berlanga can box. Berlanga can fight. He can. It's whether or not he's able to sustain it. 36 minutes. That's the question. I've seen him box in spurts and in sequences and rounds. I've seen him. I've seen him lock up with the guys, punch off the rope. I've seen him like engage with dudes, and I've seen him get dropped. I've seen him box against some boxers, Edgar Berlanga. Whether or not he can enforce his will on Saul and sustain it. That's the question. And avoid getting hit by the big shots. He can do that for 36 minutes. He's got a good chance. He's got youth on his side. He's got the legs. Can he hold it together? He might have all these things, but be battered by the six, where that now he's not reacting and moving as he once did in the earlier rounds to Canelo's punches. They're starting to weigh on him. That's where that's where I'm at. That's exactly where I'm at. And that's what I said that. A lot of the people that I'm typically talking to about this fight feel that that's going to be Saul Canelo Alvarez' key to success is to um capitalize in the inexperience that Edgar Berlanga has in championship fights. That's what most of the guys that I talk to anyway are saying that yes, this is so. This is why we see a win for Saul Canelo Alvarez, you know? And like a lot of people are paying attention to everything that Edgar's saying because they can't wait to put this man on them reels, man. When shit talking gone wrong, man, they can't wait. I know they want to do my man dirty like this, and I know my man's just hyping up the fight, helping to sell the fight as well. Berlanga's gonna talk that shit, and it's good for marketing and for sales. So, where's my water? So, in that aspect, yeah, I see why he's doing it. But like I always talk to you guys about this, there's there's basic shit talking, and then there's that over the board shit talking. Just watch what you say, stay within the humble guidelines of I'm gonna knock you out, I'm gonna beat you up, and watch, you're underestimating me, da da da. Just keep it in there so it's not so bad, right? Am I right? But when you start predicting rounds and ways you're gonna knock them out, that's a slippery slope. That truly is. That's a slippery slope. You don't want to start saying things that later are going to come back and bite you, and memes are going to really hurt your career as well. Where that we're in an era of social media where that a lot of things you say or can hurt you with a loss. You can erase all that with a win. They do have what we call an eraser of history in sports, and very few men and women have ever used it. You know, coming behind from a deficit, losing the entire fight. They've written you off. All the reporters, everybody's laughing. You might have been down on the ground, face first, twice in the fight. You guys might have been shut out in the third quarter. They scored three times on you. Scoreboard, the game's shit's looking dim, man, right? And there's very few athletes and teams in sport that had that magic eraser where they were able to rewrite history. In that moment, they passed them in that lap. They scored that touchdown and they landed that big shot in that fight. Yes. And them reporters that were writing you off, guess what they had to do? Pair all that shit up. Everything they wrote was garbage because that's not the winner. All the pictures they took, they got to do everything. You erased all their work. They were waiting to talk shit about Tom Brady in that Atlanta game when he was on the ground diving after the guy that intercepted his pass. Tom Brady dived out. All the cameras were flashing, watching him with his face in the ground. They were like, "Look at you now, huh? You think you the GOAT? And at that time, Brady only had four. So Montana and his reign were like right there in that point in history where it was the debate Montana or Brady. So Brady at this moment in his life, he's getting destroyed, mud face in the ground. Everybody, it's third quarter. We're going into the fourth. They laughing at you. You just scored, and then you try like an onside kick. It failed. You guys punted, missed the extra point in the game. Everything was going wrong. You think that man flinched, Brady? In the face of adversity, you think he flinched? You think he thought what you were thinking about him? His mental fortitude, yo, off the chart. Not for 1 second do I believe Tom Brady was thinking about the guy writing the story about him, or did he think that the game was over and he was counted out? The entire time he took the dirt, wiped it off. Good one. Good. All right. Good one. Good punch. You got me with a good one. I'll be back right now. I got something for you. And he showed his ass. He showed the champion that is Tom Brady. He showed that. Could Berlanga do as such and show, no matter if you're down in the fight, no matter if your back's against the rope, what are you made of? What are you made of? There's special men that they could have been losing the whole fight, bro. I'm trying to tell you. All of a sudden, man. Oh, oh shit, Canelo, what are you doing on the ground for the first time in your life? Bro, I'm trying to tell you, all of you, all your jaws are gonna be like this. He gonna leave you like this. Right? Because that would be something we would not be expecting to see at all. Typically, what we're expecting to see is that, you know, Edgar's gonna go out there, he's gonna give it his best effort, and Canelo's just gonna break him down, bro. Ninth, 10th round, right around there, I think Edgar's gonna go. That's like what I think's gonna happen. What I hope to happen is the unseen. I'm hoping for that rare moment in sports where that guy that we all thought wasn't ready for this moment has been yelling from the bleachers saying, I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Hold on, hold on. He's got to be on some shit. You know what I mean? He got to show the world, I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Berlanga, Berlanga. Yo, he's got to do something special, man. Come on, man. Because I know, right? I know, you know, Mexico's gonna beat their chest after this one. They always do. Win, lose, or draw, the Mexicans and Puerto Ricans, man. I listen, this rivalry's been going on way before me. Way before me, man. So who am I to sit behind a mic and say, nah, they're not gonna hear me. They're gonna count it regardless. I gotta pick a side. I gotta pick a side on this one right here. When it because if it ain't Mexico going against Puerto Rico or any of the Latin, you know what I'm saying, like that, right? Like we typically support our Mexican fighters. Yes, 100%. I'm a Puerto Rican man, and when Saul Canelo Alvarez would fight, when I wasn't reporting boxing, now that I am, I have a different view on the whole sport. But when I wasn't and I was just a fan, we would support Mexican fighters. Absolutely. Any Latin fighters, at those times because, it was a Latin man. And I don't know, it's in our blood. Unless we're fighting each other, then that's when the houses and divides, we split up a little bit, like that. But that's all just in the healthy nature of competitive, being competitive. That's it. For me, anyway. I don't take it that personal. No, I don't at all. I wish both men success. I hope Saul wins just as much as I hope Berlanga win. Maybe 5% more towards Berlanga, but just being honest, it's really like that. I now that I cover the sport, I obviously I love all boxers. I don't have a horse in the race, but I am excited. So you will see my fan side of boxing come out occasionally in my reporting. You will see the fan in me come out. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll let them come out because I believe it's healthy for me. It's also healthy for me to acknowledge what I once and always love about the sport, the competitive, the rivalries. I, I'm not. I'm smart enough to know as well to embrace it and accept it when it's happening in front of me, not to get lost in just reporting. No, I'll give my unbiased take to the fights, and I'll break down the fights the best way I know how, right? But I also am smart enough to also embrace the moment as a fan to enjoy the sport I actually cover and never forget about that. The important thing, not the headaches, the arguments here with crazy fans or crows or what have you. That's not my passion or my love. So at times I will let my fan show that side, and I think it's good for me. It's good for me to embrace that and to get the butterflies just before the fight in my head, not to always be analyzing and breaking down every fight in my head at every time, to allow myself, even at times, to become a fan, and I enjoy that. I enjoy that. So I'm going to allow myself to be a fan in this one right here. I love an underdog story too, as well. This underdog just happens to be Boricua. So hey, it is what it is. Berlanga, you're up, you're next, you're at bat. Let's see what you can do, my man. You know, let's see what happens. He said, "I'm biased. I want my fire to win, and I want my title back." Yo, Lionheart, that's right, baby. Listen, yo, hey, I love your honesty, and I love your opinion of how you break it down. Title, because I'm the champion around here. Notre Dame is all right, baby. You guys know what it is. Stop it. Listen, does it have to go up? I believe it does. One time for your mind. Y'all see what it is? There it is. The belt. Notre Dame is. That's what's eluding right now, Lionheart. He once was what Notre Dame is, and we believe he was going to be a great champion, but quickly fell off. I think he lost to exactly me. Everybody's lost to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just the most dominant champion there ever was. Okay, I'm lying. But still, it sounds good, right? And if you let me tell it, yo, you know what I mean? Yo, front line. Yo, listen, you can't play board games with me. In my house, that's the one thing. I will rob the bank in Monopoly. I'm robbing it, bro. Yo, you know what I'm saying? You land on my property, show me a boo. We might be okay. We might be good. I'm getting down like that in Monopoly. Yo, listen, Connect Four. If you got me pinned in, look at that. The checkers might fall out. I don't know. I'm a sore loser. I don't know. I like to win, right? But still, here at Round One Sports Talk, we have our thing, our prestigious Notre Dame's um belt, where that we encourage anybody to come in and enjoy the fights with us, where we're calling the fights and picking the exact round and the fighter that you think is going to win the fight. And if you can do that, we will award you and acknowledge you as the Notre Dame's belt champion here at Round One Sports Talk, which obviously means you know what's going to happen in the fight because you're calling these fights. So you'll get the praises, you'll get all the glory, and you'll remain champion until the next time we do it. Whether you show up or not, the contest always goes on without it doesn't miss a beat. So this week we will be, I believe the next fight we're going to be doing will be the Saul Canelo Alvarez fight. So please join us then as we break down these fights and call these fights and see who can pick these fights the best. Obviously, listen, I'm telling you right now, it's me. You can come here. If you think you can knock me out in Round One Sports Talk, Notre Dame's world title, then pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Because I had to look. I was playing around the first few weeks, and then you guys heard me. You guys seen it. Stop it. I see the texts going off over here. I'm not looking at them yet, right? But you guys know I said it that day. I said, yo, all the gloves are off, all right? I said I was calling him. Who called the fight? What happened? 6 round knockout. I had to. That's when I had to really show the Notre Dame skills. I know they talking it over here. Let's go, yo. Yeah. Stand in line, front line. Listen, yo, listen, you guys are crazy. Listen, and that speaks to the energy and the good times we have here at Round One Sports Talk. We come here, enjoy boxing, talk about the fights, chat. We have a good chat family here at Round One Sports Talk. I encourage you to come and join us. If you haven't already, please like the videos, subscribe to the channel, and fight fans. I'm on to the next one after this one here at Round One Sports Talk. You guys have an amazing night. You guys have been the best, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.